Welcome to our iHeartRadio Hispanic Heritage Month series, proudly sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Get ready to dive into the vibrant heart of San Antonio as we sit down with trailblazing leaders, inspiring entrepreneurs, and influential executives who are making a powerful impact in our Hispanic community. Join us as we celebrate their stories, achievements, and contributions. This series is all about honoring our heritage and shining a spotlight on the incredible individuals who continue to shape our world. Enjoy our Hispanic Heritage Month series with a refreshing Tito's Handmade Vodka-inspired drink. For this episode, try the Piña Picante, 2 ounces Tito's vodka, 4 ounces pineapple juice, 1 ounce lime juice, tajin seasoning for rim, pineapple wedges for garnish. Let's get started. Familia Pedro Al Aire, welcome back to another 104.5 Latino Hits iHeartMedia Hispanic Heritage Month episode. Today, I have the honor of speaking to a young woman who's made an amazing impact within the San Antonio community. She's a philanthropist, she's a proud fur mom to her rescued Frenchie, Simone, soccer enthusiast, and the reigning Miss San Antonio USA 2024. Please welcome Francie Millan.
Hola familia, buenos dias. Hi everyone, I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much, Pedro. I cannot wait to get this interview started.
Well, we're starting now.
Oh, wow.
Francie, number one, that is an amazing crown you're wearing right now. We'll jump into the whole Miss San Antonio USA pageant, how you got into it, and how you became the reigning Miss San Antonio, and then what's next. But first, let's talk about you. Dime, cuéntame, originaria de dónde?
Bueno, yo soy nacida aquí en Estados Unidos, en Houston. Me moví a los 9 años a San Antonio. Desde ahí se creó mi hogar. I was actually born in Houston, Texas. Since the age of 9, I moved to San Antonio and it became my home. Mis padres son originarios de Uruguay. Es en Sudamérica.
Yeah.
Somos un país bien chiquito, pero bien poderoso. Somos muy conocidos por el fútbol, la carne y el vino. My
And not in that order, though, right?
Kind of. Well, more of like soccer. I mean, we won the first World Cup. What can I say? So my parents are originally from Uruguay, and we're known for soccer. Very small country, but very, very mighty.
That is amazing. Now, so you moved here at the age of 9, and growing up in San Antonio, I guess a lot of folks would ask right away, and this proves, how authentic San Antonio you are now. What high school did you graduate from?
I actually originally went to South San High School on the south side of San Antonio. I loved it. I was a proud Bobcat. I did play varsity soccer for them. Then I ended up moving to Madison High School. I went in there for ag. So if you guys don't know, Madison's the biggest ag school, I believe, in Texas. And I'm also a proud member of the FFA. I did floral, and I actually studied equine science. And then I played varsity soccer for them as well.
That's amazing. That's thus far an amazing resume.
Why,
and
thank you.
And I know there's more. So let's fast forward to what you have going on right now. You are the reigning Miss San Antonio USA 2024. Is this something you planned to do, or is this something that kind of just popped up and you said, I'm going to go for this?
So I will tell you right now, I did not plan it. But my brother, Marco Millan, who's my hair and makeup artist, he said he planned it since the moment he saw me.
Since the day you were born.
Since the day I was born. He said,
little sis, you're going to be Miss San Antonio.
Yes, sir. He said, well, in his mind, in his dream, and I mean, we're working really hard for it. He's like, you're going to be Miss Universe. And I'm like, that is a really, really big goal.
Yeah.
But hey, we can work towards that. And I promised him that we would work together to make it to that stage one day. I mean, I consider him my soulmate. I think we were meant to be since I was born. But originally, I wanted to play soccer. Mm-hmm. I wanted to tumble in the ground and the dirt, have fun. I was raised by 4 brothers. I had 4 brothers in general. So I would box with them, play with them. And then my brother one day said, Francie, I think we need to put you in pageants and something that's a little bit more, girly. Because my brother has always been a fan of, America's Next Top Model, always been a fan of that world. I said, no. He said, I'll pay you snacks and phone time.
As a kid, yes.
Yeah. And, I get to take photos. And I said, sure, I mean, that's a good trade-off if you are 7 years old. Next thing you know, he pushed me in my first pageant. It was Miss Latina San Antonio. I ended up winning.
Wow, congrats.
And I fell in love with the whole philanthropy and the community service. My first event was at the Ronald McDonald House, and you realize how, the crown at the end of the day is just a crown. It's more what you say, what you do, and how you make others feel.
Right.
And I felt very connected and empowered to that. Then I proceeded on to compete for Miss San Antonio Teen. I lost. And then I competed again. And I lost. And then I competed again. And I won. And it was the first time.
Third time's the charm.
Third time was the charm.
Yeah.
It was the first time that I realized, oh my God, I'm representing my city and none other than the Miss Texas Teen USA stage. That's humongous.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't win. I didn't place, but it was okay. It was the experience along the way. Then I aged out, and my brother was like,
Wait, that's a thing?
"Of course, that's a teen category."
Oh, well, yeah, that makes
But
sense.
now,
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
Miss, you don't age out. I think that's beautiful. I think now the Miss Universe organization opened up the age limit, and
Right.
it doesn't matter what age you are, as long as you are an adult, you can compete. So
Oh,
isn't
okay.
that astonishing?
That's it's interesting. Yes.
Yeah, I had the pleasure to competing with the oldest woman that has competed at the Miss Texas pageant. She was 71 years old.
Wow.
She was literally wonderful. She had a full set of abs. I was like, what is your routine? What are you doing to
Yeah.
stay this fit at your age? No, she was wonderful. She was a pleasure to be around. But after I aged out of the teen category, Marco was like, you need to keep going. And I was like, okay. We ended up stumbling into the Miss Grand International system. It's the second biggest pageant in the world. I was like, okay, let's do it. He said, you're going to represent San Antonio. You're going to compete for Miss Grand Texas.
Mhm.
I was just there to get my feet wet. I was 19 years old.
Sure, sure.
I won.
Oh.
I was like, wow, okay. And Marco goes, Francie, you're going to go to a national. We got to get you ready. We got to get you prepared. I started preparing really, really hard. I had the pleasure of working with multiple of my sponsors. They're still my sponsors today. Shout out to Refined Aesthetics, Stark Dillon Plastic Surgery, Spray Tan by Shar. I'll continue with the shout outs later because it's a lot of people.
It's
But
a
I
long
love
list.
all of y'all. 'cause
You
y'all
had me
make
at
this
plastic
happen.
surgery at my age. I kind of need little touch-ups here and there.
Go to Brenda at Refined Aesthetics. That's my girl. She would put you together.
Brenda, I'll see you soon.
Yes. Guys, if y'all need any little touch-ups, Brenda is absolutely amazing. I love her. She's like my mom. I will say she's like my
Aw.
mom. And then I ended up winning Miss Grand Texas, went and started preparing for Miss Grand United States. And I was like, I'm just going to get my feet wet. I ended up placing third runner-up.
Wow.
I was the first Uruguayan American. It was the first time that Uruguayan had a state title and a local title here in the
Well, that
United
is
States.
awesome.
I remember I walked up on stage and I said, you know what, I may not win today, but I want to be the representation to my community and to my culture. I went on to the interview portion and they asked me, what can I offer to the organization? And very shortly, I said it in Spanish and in English, my heart and my voice. I'm here to be a representation to others. And my mom was watching at home. My parents don't speak English. And I said, you know what, my mom's going to hear my speech. She's going to hear what I have to say, and it's only fair. So I ended up translating it in Spanish, and it was a very monumental moment for me
Right.
because I realized I'm super proud, and this is a moment that I get to connect not only with myself, but with my heritage and my culture. And then I ended up placing third runner-up, going back home, and I was going to take a break, genuinely.
Yeah.
Then Marco goes, Francie, you can't take a break. You're on your prime. And
This
I was like,
Marco is a motivator. Why did you
Marco
bring him
is-
today?
I should have brought him.
We should've-
Marco, you're listening at home. I know you are. He is absolutely wonderful.
It makes me want to run for a pageant. I don't think I have the
You'd be
the
surprised.
looks or the age now, but if Marco can motivate me to win, I will win.
You just need one 30-minute session with Marco, and you will be good to go.
Done. We'll be winners. So let's back up a little bit. I want you to tell me about. I want you to expand a little bit more on the philanthropy that you're involved in. Were you doing anything philanthropic before becoming Miss San Antonio USA, or did you really dive in once the responsibility and the weight, figuratively, of the crown landed on your head and your shoulders to now take this title and expand on it within the city? Tell me about the impact that the city's had on you and you on the city.
Genuinely, I would say this is something that was, put in my heart by my family. My parents always said, you have to give back to others. Even if you don't have that much, you always share, with your own brother, sister. You have to always be giving to one another. So little by little, my parents always did acts of kindness. When we owned a restaurant, something we did was we'd always donate food, to people that are in the streets or just need it. Because at the end of the day, in a restaurant, a lot of people don't know this. There's a lot of food that goes to waste.
Yeah.
And there's too much food that should not be going to waste. And there's too many people that need it. That was one of the things that I did. Then my parents, they have a water softener business. And the entrance to each one of their events was always a toy to donate or a canned food or item. And we would always, at the end of the event, go and donate it either to the, children's hospitals. We go to the Ronald McDonald House, to the food bank here in San Antonio. We always gave back.
Yeah.
So when it was time to, take on a title like this, I knew the importance of needing to give back. Right now, I can proudly say that as Miss San Antonio USA, I've worked with 40 to 60 organizations, not only in San Antonio, but across the state of Texas. I currently am the proud godmother of an orphanage in Africa, in Togo, Africa. And this past 2 weeks ago, one of my sponsors, which was Ike Chula, they went ahead and they donated $500, and we've been covering all their meals for the whole month of September. and a little bit to the month of October, it's going to be the first time the kids get to try something like spaghetti, something that we have in our, we can
Something
have
that's
access
common
to
to us.
Yeah, so
And probably a treat for them that they never get to experience.
I was shocked when he told me that. I said, spaghetti? Like,
Yeah.
I can go right now and make spaghetti for
Yeah.
$5.
I can go pick some up here around the corner at the
So,
Italian spot.
It hit me a really big soft spot in my heart. And then I actually also mentor a school in Uruguay. I teach them pageantry. Pageantry is not something that's really big in our country. So whenever I won, the first title as a teen, and then I continued competing, people started looking up to me as a role model, and that's when I was shocked. I got a message from a mom of a little girl. She was 7 years old, and she said, Francie, in Uruguay, we don't have a Catriona Gray or right now an Arbany Gabriel, who was Miss Universe from Texas, from USA. She goes, they see you, and they see you as that. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm starting to become something to these kids.
Yeah.
So I started actually doing Zoom sessions, teaching them everything I've learned through pageantry. Even some of my coaches have even volunteered like sessions for them so that they're able to learn, the skills that we learn here to prepare, but at the same time, they get to see the philanthropic view of it as well. Then I also, I do a lot. Then I also rescued my Frenchie from a rescue in Houston.
Is this Simone?
Simone, yes.
Is it Simone or Simone?
Simone, él es
Simone.
latino.
Órale,
Él es
Simone.
latino.
Órale.
When I got him, I saw his story. So my dog was actually found in the streets. He had a skin condition, so he had no hair, and he was attacked by 2 bigger dogs. I saw him, and I said, OMG, I need to take him.
Oh.
And my best friend, who's my roommate, I was like, hey, I'm getting this dog. He goes, are you sure you're in the position for a dog? Genuinely, I wasn't in the position for a dog, but I was like, you know what? I can give him the love that he deserves. And right now, he actually just became Simon the river dog. We were in San Marcos this past weekend, and he was going down the rapids. Like, he goes everywhere with us. And if you guys can follow him, his thing is Simon el Gran Barón. And me and him have a very exciting project on November 18th. Stay tuned. It's his officially anniversary day birthday, because we don't know when his birthday was, but we'll be doing something fun for them, which I've told you behind the scenes. But they'll have to find out November 18th.
I'm going to be there. I'll take my pugs with me. I've got 3 boys.
Yes.
Astro, Aries, and Apollo. So we'll go to this party.
No, you will absolutely love it. All I can say is that Simon will be signing autographs. So it's got to be something big for him to be signing autographs. Potographs.
So let me ask you this. And sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
you're fine.
I'm intrigued about the giving back portion of your work. And not just because of the crown, but there's many reasons we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. It's a nod to our heritage, our culture, and what people within our community provide back to the community as a whole. Not just our community, but all the surrounding communities that make up this amazing city called San Antonio. But you had mentioned that in your family, you guys have always been into giving back, whether it was donating food or helping the less fortunate. And, what comes to my mind is that's not because, we don't do those things, or some of us don't do those things just because we earned a title or we won a title, but we do it because of what our parents had to go through to get to this country, left a country that maybe wasn't giving them the best life and opportunities to a country that did give them a better life and opportunity. And this is our way of paying it forward. I know several families who to this day will put together food plates, not to sell, just make food over the weekend para regalar. O sobró algo de comida de una carne asada que se hizo y le preparan a un plato a un vecino who's maybe older and can't cook for themselves, but they go over and make sure a neighbor has something to eat. And the fact that you can take that and now do it with this immense title that you carry and be an example to not just our community, but other communities. That's an amazing, beautiful thing. And it sounds like such a small thing, but it makes such a big impact to be able to provide someone something as simple as a plate of food.
Sometimes it's something as simple as a smile, or just giving some advice, or just taking someone into consideration. That's what I learned in the long run. Because whenever I was growing up and I started getting into pageantry, just having a bigger title holder look at me and smile at me, I was like, oh my God, did you see so-and-so just smiled at me?
Yeah.
Or so-and-so gave me this word of advice. That's why I took children mentoring in very, very, very deeply in my heart. I actually work with Big Brother, Big Sister. I'll be doing a seminar with them in November where I'll get to speak a little bit about my journey and some of the struggles that, everybody goes through. But seeing the empowering side of it and teaching them, everybody can go through these things as long as, you go the right way and you work really hard to achieve it. So I think that's the important part. Like my parents always say, es inculcar el compartir.
Yes.
Being able to share with one another, not to get something in return, just to be a kind person.
Correct.
Whenever I got the title of Miss San Antonio, I'm going to be very honest with you, and I told my judges this as well, 1 out of 100 girls will win. I probably will not be the one that wins. Let's be real. When 100 girls walk in, they're all beautiful, they're all stunning, they're all, educated, doctors, nurses. It's a really, really hard opportunity when everybody's this beautiful and amazing for them to choose you. So with that being said, I said, if I don't win today, I'm 100,000% okay because I've done so much as Miss San Antonio that I am so proud of myself and I'm so proud of being able to, be this role model for my community. So that's where I set forward and I said, you know what? I'm proud of being Miss San Antonio. Let's do it. And since I actually competed for Miss Texas, which I got first runner-up, I was like, wow. First runner-up, I actually kept going with my, community service and my philanthropy. Right now, this is probably like my 30th event that I've done since Miss Texas.
My God.
And I'm pretty much booked every weekend.
Where do you find time for all these things? You have so many accolades, so many projects, and so many organizations you're involved with. I'm also looking here, and I wanted to ask you about this, about the children's book you wrote. You wrote a book.
I did. That was the secret. Darn.
Oh, wait. What do you mean? Like, don't reveal it?
It's revealed. It's fine.
Okay.
So I decided,
Tell me just tidbits. See, if there's not a lot that you can say yet, just little pieces.
It's inspired in Simon.
Your dog, yep. Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Yep.
It's inspired in Simon, and it's pretty much just to be motivation to kids,
Nice.
To promote love, because with love, so many things can flourish. And secondly, to, motivate people to adopt dogs. And you're about to be shocked because this was the biggest surprise. I'm not going to make, for me, the funding will be going towards children's education. I'll be donating the money to the children that I work with in Africa. But the announcement is I'll be working with a school in Laos and Cambodia as well. And these books will be shipped to them. And they will actually be, half of the proceeds will go to children's education. And the other half of the proceeds will go to Jenny's Rescue, where I rescued Simone from.
That is amazing.
And the illustrator is from right here, San Antonio, Texas.
Even better. Listen, Francie, your dedication to empowering children through your mentorship and your leadership and being the example and sharing the definition of success, it's amazing. It is amazing. I congratulate you for everything you're doing and you will continue to do. I cannot wait to one day say, I got to speak to Francie when she was Miss San Antonio, and then one day, hopefully, Changuitos, right? Changuitos, Miss Universe.
I mean, who knows?
If Marco said it's doable,
hey, if Marco said
it's gonna happen.
If Marco saw a petite, 5'2" woman and said, you know what? If we clean you up a little,
you might get somewhere in life. I'm gonna run for San Antonio's funniest 5'3" Mexican. I think so. Thus far, I'm the only one competing in that because I just made that pageant up.
Make me a judge. No, I'm joking. We do not promote those scandals here. We do not promote those scandals here.
Francie, what to cap this off, what is the one thing, the one message you would like future generations or one day, if this is what you would like to do when you have your own kids, what is the legacy you want to leave behind? What do you want your kids and future generations to know?
So pretty much in my journey of Miss San Antonio going to Miss Texas USA, because it was something that we worked so hard for, there was a moment, a little harsh patch that a lot of people don't know that goes through, because there's a lot that goes into preparation. There's a lot mentally. And at one point in my life, I felt that, I was never meant to be anything. And I think we all go through that where we lose ourselves. And I lost myself profoundly and deeply. I went home because, what do you do when you're lost? You go back home.
Mm-hmm.
And the legacy that I want to leave behind, and it's the legacy that created my platform, and this is why right now I write a success column for Bernie Monthly Magazine, is my dad told me, do you not think I'm successful? And I said, of course I do. He goes, but you're describing me because you don't have some materialistic things that you wish you did. You're not successful. And I said, but I'm not calling you successful. He goes, I'm going to teach you this, and you're going to carry this in your heart, and I hope you grab this message and you live through it. And when I received this message, which I'm about to share, it became a mind changer for me. And it's what I think, gave me what I needed to inspire not only myself but others and to really create my platform and become who I am today. He said, my definition of success is not determined by the materialistic things you acquire in life. It does not determine if you have a college education or not. It does not determine if you speak English, Spanish, whatever language you speak, where you come from, what you look like, what your sexual preference is. Success is determined by how many times you fall down and get back up, because only a person that gets back up is a successful person in my book. When he told me that, I said, you know what? I can be anyone or anything. Because I've fallen back down, I've gotten back up, I am successful. If I'm successful to him, I'm successful to myself. So now my whole platform is teaching children that definition of success. When I mentor kids that come from low-income homes, that come from foster care, that are, in Africa, because I teach them Spanish and English whenever I do my Zooms with them, I tell them all the time, you are as successful as I am. You're as successful as anybody if you keep falling down and getting back up. If you get back up, you are successful. That's it, point blank, period. And that's what motivated me, and that's what I hope to leave my children behind, that you don't need these things. You don't need a Louis Vuitton bag or a Rolex. You don't need a huge college diploma. As long as you're happy, you're doing things right, you're successful to me in my book. And anybody can be successful. And I think that's what we need to focus on. On social media, we're too focused on all these unrealistic standards. We need to put those unrealistic standards to the side, because we need to realize how this is affecting not only older generations, but younger generations and kids that are growing up with these crazy ideas. We need to start seeing them, what real people go through, that you struggle as much as I do. We need to be relatable with one another. We need to be honest and truthful, because if not, we're going to start raising generations of children that don't think they're going to add up to anything in life. And hopefully that brings down a lot of the issues that we're facing right now in children's homes. So my thing that I want to leave behind to everybody is you're as deserving as anybody else, and you're as capable to be successful as anybody else.
I love that.
Thank you.
Francie, thank you so much for being part of our Hispanic Heritage Month series. And we look forward to your continued success and one day being
so much for having me.
Miss Universe.
Hopefully, if all goes there, I know with my team, we can do it. I know
with Marco.
Team, and Marco, with Marco in the forefront, anything is possible, because that man is amazing. And if anybody needs makeup and hair, he is your guy. You reach out to him. Anything I used to do with plastic surgery, Dr. Lynn, I love
Brenda.
him. Anything that has to do with that, Brenda as well. When it comes to injections, any tans, spray tan by Char, any massages, because guys, it can be rough out here.
It is rough. A good massage.
You have to go with Veronica.
We will go see Veronica too.
You need to go see Veronica as well. Spray tans, Char, and they're all pretty much local to the state of Texas. I told myself I need an amazing team like the Avengers.
Yep, yeah.
But from Texas.
Assemble.
Oh no! When I send out that message, they all assemble. I can assure you.
Francie Millan, the reigning Miss San Antonio USA 2024. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Gracias, familia. Fue un honor poder conversar y compartir un poquito de mi historia con ustedes. Ojalá lo hacemos otra vez, pero más que nada fue un honor.
Stay tuned for more episodes of our 104.5 Latino Hits iHeartMedia Hispanic Heritage Month series 2024.